Power source unknown. Directive destroy. Stay frosty, everyone. No matter how bad things are, we still gotta take down this villain. Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Sentinels of the Multiverse stream hosted by yours truly, Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal is not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitter and Twitch, and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LewDolphin21 on Twitter, and on YouTube and Twitch, it's just LewDolphin, no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse is currently available for iOS, Android, and PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and always via good old analog cardboard and ink. You can get the game and more info at sentinelsdigital.com. Yes! Fully memorized. Oh, hi, Mark. I did not hit her. As you can see here, we have Cosmic Omnitron on Ultimate. So let's get right to it. We have Freedom 5, Absolute Zero, and Young Legacy, and Omnitron-X, and Parse, and Visionary Unleashed in Silver Gulch. I have no idea how this is going to go. Most likely it's going to end in tragedy and tears. But let's just go along with it for now. Absolute Zero has Cold Snap, Frostbound Drain, Glacial Structure, and Modular Realignment. He's not starting with Field Freeze. That's upsetting. Young Legacy / New Legacy has Bolster Allies, Danger Sense, Lead from the Front, and Surge of Strength. Omnitron-X has Defensive Blast, Delamental Exochassis, Reset, and Self-Sabotage, so no components. Parse has Buffer Overflow, Data Mining, Exploit Vulnerability, Engage. And Visionary Unleashed has Brain Burn, 2 Mind Spikes, and a Precognition. Oh boy! Not exactly happy about that start, but... oh god, you have 2 minutes delay. Oh my gosh. What's going on in France right now? Cosmic Omnitrons. Advanced rule on the front. Reduce damage dealt to devices by 1. On the flip side, increase damage dealt by devices by 1. And the challenge rule, the value of H is doubled in this game. 10. H equals 10. And we're going to let that sink in for 2 seconds. This is going to affect villain targets. It's also going to affect environment targets. Although I guess none of these do H-based damage. I thought some did. Oh, I thought like for sure that at the very least Matthew Hayes did like H-1, but I guess I'm wrong. He always does 4. But this affects several things. For instance, he shuffles cards, reveals cards from the top of the villain deck until 8 components are revealed and put into play. Guess what? There's only 6 components. So all the components are coming out. On the flip side, he deals the 8 hero targets with the highest HP, 9 energy damage each, so not a very good, healthy flip side damage dealing thing. And all of these things that do H-based do terrible things. At the start of the villain turn, Omnitron deals 11 energy damage to the hero target with the highest HP. He deals double-digit damage. What? He deals the 2 hero targets with the highest HP, 9 projectile damage each. And then the automaton drone, his max HP is 10 at the end of the villain turn. He deals X energy damage where X equals the current HP of this card. And of course, Sedative Flechettes, my least favorite card in the entirety of Sentinels. Omnitron deals each hero target 11 projectile damage, destroy all hero ongoing cards. Because destroying all hero ongoing cards wasn't a strong enough effect, we also have to deal 11 damage to all non-hero targets. It's actually very possible for this game to end before we even get to our first turn. So let's take a look and see what happens. Oh my gosh, we got the electromagnetic railgun. Oh my gosh, we got the disintegration ray. Oh my gosh, we got the disintegration ray. Oh my gosh, we got the electromagnetic railgun. Oh my gosh, we got the interpolation beam. Well, we can't get another interpolation beam out. Oh my gosh, I got another interpolation beam out. What is this? This is Sparta. No, this is Patrick. Alright. Well, alright, everyone has their first blows. Starting with Sedative Flechettes. Alright, I like where this is going. Legacy's down to 1. You know. But he can't possibly play 2 Sedative Flechettes in a row. Nope, but he played an Assault Drone. And that's turn 1! And I don't think we're going to make it far, because we don't have the right setup. Unfortunately. They will be fast. There's not really any reason. Like, I don't think there's any getting out of this situation we're in. Any card that gets drawn, that hero gets dealt 2 damage, so Glacial Structure's out. I could search my deck for an ongoing card, but it doesn't seem like that's going to help either. I don't have a module to do the fire damage redirecty thing with. I could Frostbound Drain and do 2 damage to Omnitron, which puts us 2 closer to the 7 we need to do to destroy these components. And we do have to destroy the components because we're dead with them. But if we destroy all the components, then we're dead without them, so I don't know. Sub-Zero Atmosphere is actually really good, except I don't think we're going to last anyway. I frankly don't know what to do. I'm just going to Frostbound Drain. We need to damage him. We'll get him as low as we can. Don't worry, missing number. You're missing the start of a very short game. We'll put out the Sub-Zero Atmosphere. I can't draw a card, though. I could kill the entire team by playing Bolster Allies. Except I wouldn't actually kill the entire team. Surge of Strength and then damage Omnitron, I guess. You're very late. First game, almost over. Can't draw a card either. And I don't have my Exo not the Exo Chassis. I don't have a component, but I could get a component if I look at the top of my deck. I can't reset though because I would die. So I'm gonna put the Exo Chassis out. This is at least energy damage, so now I could draw a card. But I do need to find another component. Nope, but I can destroy equipments like the Elemental Axle Chassis, which I'll play it. I'm not going to destroy anything, because ordinarily this would be great, because I can still do 1 damage to Omnitron, except nope. Alright, so who's ready for viewer's choice? Reactive Plating subroutine. I could data mine. Not sure what that would do me. Put the buffer overflow out. I think we can at least flip him, which is great because then he'll kill us super fast. Yep, we can kill him. Or not kill him. We can flip him. Look at all these cards getting destroyed. Why am I already almost dead? Because Cosmic Omnitron's ultimate rule is ridiculous. The doubling of H is probably the single worst challenge rule. And putting it on Cosmic Omnitron is extra insulting. I would kind of prefer it on base Omnitron, but on Cosmic it's just dumb. Honestly, I don't like using the word dumb, but it's dumb. Bye, legs! Or Absolute Zero, we'll do legs. I guess. Although the start of turn actions are the end of turn actions, which means he deals this damage right away and we're dead. But I could save the rest of the team by taking out Absolute Zero first. Nope, never mind, he's still doing the rest of it. Yay, I reduced it by 2! Woo! Alright, so who's ready for viewer's choice? That's not what I wanted to do. It's not like we could do much worse. Alright, let's see. Licky 00. Missing number, the Great. Darren 2500. Seamus. Can I type, please? Butler. Hankroyd. JZC. Alright, we got a full collection of 6 people. So, first question goes to Licky, Classic or Team? These are classics. These are teams. You know, it's kind of an interesting UI thing, how they're able to differentiate between when you're dragging through the villains versus when you want to select the villain. It's kind of interesting. You kind of want to know what's available for both. Alright, so here's a link. And what the link can view. That shows a bunch of things. But in particular, you're interested in what's available for each. Classic villains that we have yet to defeat are those. Team villains that we have yet to defeat is this. And if we select team, that actually means it's going to be a, yeah, it's going to be a 5 versus 5 game against those 5 villains, because there's no way to split them across 2 games. But if we do team, then there's certainly a choice in which order the 5 are placed. And order is important, as always. Let's do the last hurrah for team. All right, we're doing team. So missing number, choose villain number 1. Your choices are those. Darren 2500, choose hero number 1. Seamus Butler, choose villain number 2, which are those. Hank Roy, choose hero number 2. I guess I need to ask, and this is, I guess, oddly placed. 3, 4, or 5 villain heroes. Jay-Z, and then Nikki, choose villain number 3 from those. Missing number, choose hero number 3. Oh, duh. So, Jay-Z, we're gonna take your question back. Where are we at? Villain 3. Choose villain number 4. And then to go back on schedule, missing number. So after that is Darren. Choose hero number 4. And then Seamus, choose villain number 4. No, 5. Number 5. And then Hank Roy, choose hero number 5. Actually, Seamus, your choice is moot. Seamus, scratch that question. This is so confusing. Seamus, choose the environment. Alright. So now let's go through the choices that have already been made. It's really hard to try to get that back. Alright, so let's do team. So missing number, Darren, Seamus, Hank Roy. Darren was hero 1, base legs. And then let's put Plague Rat at the front. Yes, that was missing no. And then Jay-Z, the key, Seamus, who said villain 3, but he meant villain 2. But he said Plague Rat, so that's already vetoed because it's done. Bomb. Hank Roy, hero 2, freedom 6, Tachyon. Supply and demand benchmark for hero 4. Missing number was hero 3. And that was Extreme Prime Warden's Fanatic. He said, let's get risky, but it's not that risky. It's great with area damage, which is great in Vengeance. Bomb. I know it sounds dumb, but still. Villain 4, Friction. Hero 5 is Freedom 5, Wraith. So the heroes are in. Double check that the selections are right, considering that I have to filter through this nonsense. Proletariat for 3, if that was aimed at you. Wasn't that aimed at you? Nikki, choose villain 3. Yeah, so Proletariat for 3. And Friction was 4. And then 2 was Bugbear. You got confuzzled. I asked people, I added people. So we have Plague Rat, we have Bugbear, Proletariat, Friction, we're missing Baron Blade. Baron Blade brings up the rare. And now we just need the environment, which is Seamus's question, so... There. Madame Mittermeyer's, alright. Bum 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 ba dum bum ba da ba ba da bum 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 bum. Alright. So now we set these things, and Proletariat is ultimate, Friction is ultimate, Baron Blade is ultimate. So Advanced Plague Rat, Advanced Bugbear, Ultimate Proletariat, Ultimate Friction, and Ultimate Baron Blade versus Legacy, Freedom 6 Tachyon, Extreme Primordial's Fanatic, Supply and Demand Benchmark, and Freedom 5 Wraith in Madame Mittermeyer's fantastical festival of conundrums and curiosities. Keep him restrained! If he gets loose, he'll kill us all! We fight this day for liberty and for justice! Everyone has the same voice. Everyone sounds like Lude. Alright, Legacy is starting with 2 Inspiring Presences, a Surge of Strength, and the Legacy Ring, so we're going to be super damage dealy. Tachyon has a Hypersonic Assault, Lightning Reflexes, and 2 Quick Insights. Beautiful. Primordial's Fanatic, Extreme Primordial's Fanatic, sorry, has Absolution, Aegis of Resurrection, Holy Nova, and Smite the Transgressor, and is going to be a super tank with the redirection effect. Supply and Demand Benchmark has Deployment Actuation, Flyby, onboard cooling system, sorry, and Tactical Communicator. I cannot read these cards for some reason. Text on these cards has gotten so small. Gone are the days of these super short card names. And Freedom 5 Wraith has Grappling Hook, Mega Computer, and 2 Utility Belts. Alright, so the advanced rule for Plague Rat: damage dealt by Plague Rat to non-villain targets is irreducible, and if he flips, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these. At the start of Plague Rat's turn, the environment target with the highest HP is destroyed. We were playing an MMFFCC, there are no environment targets, so when Plague Rat is incapacitated, there's nothing to do. Bugbear, who is usually priority number 1. Advanced, Blood Scent is indestructible if he gets incapped. At the start of Bugbear's turn, each villain target regains 1 HP. So not really too bad of an incap. Proletariat, his advanced rule: at the end of Proletariat's turn, move a clone card from Proletariat's trash into play. The challenge rule: targets named Proletariat are immune to psychic damage, because ordinarily he would be dealt psychic damage, or rather, whenever he would be dealt non-psychic damage, that gets redirected to a clone card, but psychic damage he deals to himself. Each clone card involves him doing self-damage, but if he's immune to psychic damage, then that can't happen. The incap: at the start of Proletariat's turn, shuffle the hero trash with the most cards into its associated deck, which will make Tachyon inert a little bit more, but not otherwise too bad. And then Friction, her advanced rule: reduce damage dealt to Friction by 1. The challenge rule: the Shock Dampener's card is indestructible, which makes Friction permanently immune to lightning damage. If she gets incapped at the start of Friction's turn, destroy 1 hero, ongoing, or equipment card. So even when she's out of the game, she will still be taking cards out of play. And Baron Blade, advanced, reduce damage dealt to device cards by 2. Challenge: Baron Blade is immune to villain damage. With Legacy, with not Heroic Interception, but with an Inspiring Presence and a Galvanize, we can actually, you know, sort of ignore the advanced rule and do, you know, our intended damage to devices, which is nice. He's immune to villain damage, which means he will not damage himself this game. And if he gets incapped at the start of Aaron Blade's villain turn, each hero target deals itself 1 toxic damage. Which, by the way, with Legacy and Inspiring Presence and Galvanize, that's 3 damage. So we don't really want Baron Blade to be incapped early. It's not too bad of an incap as Knife's blade is rammed through Bugbear's head. True. And it's very lady. The game is just starting. Yes, this is the viewer's choice game because Cosmic Omnitron ended in 2 rounds. Alright, so here we go. We have RevoCorp Analyst, RevoCorp Neutralizer, Blood Scent, which just goes into play, 2 clones. We have Shock Dampeners. We have Stolen Gear, and these also have a -2. You missed viewer's choice, indeed. We have Genetically Fused Physique, and we have Displacing Teleporter, which is thankfully not the thing that reduces card plays and powers. I forget what it's called. It's the thing that involves stuffs. Not negation bands. Oh, Impulsion Beam. Yeah, we didn't get the Impulsion Beam, thankfully. So, Plague Rat deals the hero target with the most cards in play 3 melee damage. That hero's player either discards 2 cards or destroys 1 of their equipment cards. And none of these heroes have equipment cards, so we're going to have card discards. And Tachyon kind of, like, she could discard her 2 bursts, but those are also great bursts. But she's also going to be playing Hypersonic Assault, like, most likely. We could do Lightning Reflexes into Quick Insight, into HUD Goggles, into Quick Insight or something, I don't know, but... I guess Wraith doesn't need a Mega Computer and a Utility Belt, so we'll give it to Wraith. I mean... we don't need Mega Computer. I mean, we kind of would like it, but it's okay. And then these handlers, I forget what this one was. The first time Plague Rat is dealt damage, play the top card of Plague Rat's deck, and then shuffle Plague Rat's trash. Okay. So he's going to be doing extra damage to heroes. He's actually going to do stated damage to villain targets, which is cool. It's actually likely we're going to be taking out the handlers, actually. But... but yeah, we're almost certainly going to be doing a Hypersonic Assault. Yeah, he's not really doing that much damage to Friction or Baron Blade, though. But he is going to hit these. But now we have all been dealt damage, so Inspiring Presence will give us HP. And then Galvanize. So now hero targets are doing +2 damage, which is nice. Deal the non-villain with the blah blah blah, yeah. If that target is hero character card, that hero's player discards 1 card. I don't need 2 surges of strength. And do we want Tachyon or Fanatic? I would say Fanatic, but we probably don't have the redirection card. It doesn't really matter. He's going to be Hypersonic Assaulted anyway. We're going to Lightning Reflexes into Quick Insight to get Lightspeed Barrage, Blinding Speed, Supersonic Response. And she has been dealt damage by Plague Rat, so we could do 8 damage to Plague Rat. And Blinding Speed... like, we kind of want that Genetically Fused Physique to be gone. Well, I'm sure... like, we have a Grappling Hook anyway, so I'm just gonna ditch that then. And I kind of... I'm going to hold on to the other Quick Insight. I'm going to ditch Supersonic Response. And then I'm going to Hypersonic Assault. And does order matter? I'm not 100% sure, but these clones aren't dying, so... And that's going to redirect to the 1 HP one. Actually, yeah, there is an order that makes a little more sense there. So we're going to do this again. Because we could have one survive at 2 HP, or we could have one survive at 1 HP, depending on how we order it. So we're going to order it better. So we're going to ditch the Blinding Speed and the Hypersonic Assault, and then we're going to Hypersonic Assault. Because currently he's redirecting to the 4 HP Proletariat. Whenever this card would be dealt non-psychic damage, redirect that damage to the clone card with the lowest. So we'll hit the 5 HP one to make him lower. And then we will hit Proletariat proper, because that will redirect the 2 HP one and we'll take him out. And then we will hit the 4 HP one, and now he's down to 1, so it's slightly better. And missing number does remind me that the RevoCorp Analyst is going to play the top card of Plague Rat's deck unless we hit him first, so I don't have to worry about that happening now. And then I don't think the rest of this will matter. So we'll just choose for me. So Proletariat is the only thing that can deal damage right now. By that I mean Proletariat proper, because he redirected it away. But we got rid of all of these damage dealing effects, which is nice. And we actually managed to hit some devices a little bit. Smack them around. Team leader gets me motivational charge. Lightning reflexes, that's another good one. Brutal censure. Flash installation drive. Stun bolt. And we get a blinding speed. Alright. The Radioactivist deals the hero target with the highest, 1 HP. And I think that's a Unity Nemesis. Who's considered the highest? Fanatic, of course! And of course the Proletariat comes back. Who's considered the highest? Benchmark. So, do I want to save the Holy Nova to nuke someone? I think I do. Holy Nova is great for AoE, but with Prime Warden's Fanatic redirecting all damage to a different target, we could Holy Nova and redirect 11 instances of damage. Yes, you almost literally showed up right for viewer's choice, so yes. So, yeah, we can basically nuke Bugbear next turn. We're not worried about him then. So is there someone else I want to do something with? I could put out the Absolution so that later I could smite the Transgressor and do things with that. Actually, I'm kind of interested if I could target Proletariat. That should, like, actually hit Proletariat without redirecting. What was Bugbear's in-cap? Bugbear's in-cap. At the start of Bugbear's turn, each villain target regains 1 HP. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put Absolution out. And then you have it. And we'll redirect everything to Bugbear. Chastise. Surge Strike. Which does nothing. And then Speedy Sidestep, which might actually matter because we have a lot of damage boosts. Supply and Demand benchmarks base power. Benchmarker gains 1 HP. Play the top card of your deck. So if I get a software into play, then the onboard cooling systems will retaliate. Which I think I'll try for that. We'll see what we get. Yep, we got I got something. We got load on initialization. Either draw a card or play a software card at the start of your turn. Alright, Bugbear's down. Like, super down. So I don't have to target him. Plague Rat is a dangerous thing. Baron Blade we kind of want to save for last. Friction's Incap involves card destruction, but she gets progressively worse as the game goes on. Proletariat. I'm just going to hit Plague Rat. I'm going to focus on the villains that I can take out, and once Plague Rat's gone, his turn's, like, done. So. And we should have enough cards to sacrifice for, like, Friction's Incap. So we should be fine there. Obsessive Planning. At the start of Baron Blade's turn, destroy 2 cards. So that's an ongoing. Destroy 2 hero ongoing cards and or equipment cards. If 2 cards are destroyed this way, also destroy this card. So we're going to get rid of that some way or another. Alright. Well, most likely Friction's going to go off. Like, we're taking out Bugbear. I could Stun Bolt Friction. I could Grappling Hook Obsessive Planning. We also have a lightning speed, sorry, a blinding speed that I could destroy it with. So I'm going to Stun Bolt to start reducing damage from one entity. Throat Trap, nice. Could stop Plague Rat from dealing damage again. Or we could have Maze of Mirrors come out. Reduce damage dealt by Plague Rat to non-villain, or to villain targets, or whatever. Okay. The only thing you don't like about T might be the environment just doesn't do much. Well, Maze of Mirrors is doing a lot right now. Oh, man. We're definitely going to get out Motivational Charge and Legacy Ring in some order. And I think I'm going to put the Legacy Ring out in case I get something better to use as a power. But yeah, it's kind of, Maze of Mirrors is going to do something. Bugbear cannot deal damage, so there's no reason to discard cards unless Tachyon wants to discard cards. Wounding Slash, you can't deal damage, but you're selecting a character card. That hero's player discards 1 card. Tachyon wants to hold on all of his cards. Fanatic doesn't really need Chastise. No, yeah, the environment doesn't play as many cards because it's like, you know, 1 turn out of 11 as opposed to 1 turn out of 6 or 7. We'll put it on Fanatic because you're going down anyway. Alright, we're going to do Lightning Reflexes again, I think. Once all of these effects are done expiring. Alright, we're going to Lightning Reflexes, Quick Insight. Same routine as last time. Accelerated Assault is great, actually. Synaptic Interruption is decent. Hypersonic Assault is beautiful. Except for the fact that the first instance of damage redirects a Tachyon and stops her from dealing damage. Ordinarily, I would discard Accelerated Assault and use Hypersonic Assault. However, Maze of Mirrors is going to be problematic. I'm not really worried about Maze of Mirrors, like with Fanatic's turn, no. But it's definitely problematic. Obsessive Planning's going to destroy 2 cards, and we don't have a lot yet in play. Like, we can get Benchmark like super set up, and then we don't have to worry about things, but yeah, I want to play Blinding Speed. I want to keep Lightspeed Barrage, so I have to discard one of these other 2 things. And Hypersonic Assault, like, I love Maze of Mirrors, honestly. Maze of Mirrors is great, but it sucks when you're trying to be super offensive, which I'm doing right now, so I think I need to get rid of it. So I think between Wraith and Tachyon, we're going to get rid of Obsessive Planning and Maze of Mirrors, and because Obsessive Planning goes off before Wraith's turn, we're gonna have to Blinding Speed that one. So I'm gonna discard Accelerated Assault because I'm gonna play Blinding Speed first, and I can use Hypersonic Assault next round. We'll get rid of Obsessive Planning, and then I can have everyone draw cards. Sacrosanct Martyr. So, got the HUD goggles. That's the good news. Another Proletariat enters the ring. First instance is going to redirect to Proletariat, which is going to redirect to the low HP Proletariat, which is then going to get revived because of the advanced rule, so that's a bit sad. Or the challenge rule, I guess. No, yeah, it's the advanced rule. So, oh well. This doesn't matter because it redirects. This is like why I love Madamitimires, especially in Vengeance, because like most of these things only hit one target, so under Maze of Mirrors, they just keep hitting themselves. The exceptions are those that hit every target, such as Plague Rat, so... But we're definitely going to Holy Nova still, because there's 3, 6, 9, 13 targets. 13 instances of 3 damage is 39 damage. It's still going to work out very well, so we're going to Holy Nova. The first instance is going to redirect to me, but then I think it gets redirected to Bugbear anyway. Well, okay. I asked John about this, and he said, like, it says automatically choose order of multiple optional redirects. I'm going to uncheck that so I can make sure I do this in the right order, because reasons. So which one do I not really want to hit? Well, okay, I'm going to take out Bugbear. All right, we're going to take out Bugbear. So actually I should just target Bugbear with the first. And then that redirects the Fanatic, redirects the Bugbear. All right, so Maze of Mirrors didn't even do anything. Now, is there one that I don't particularly want to hit? Or I shouldn't say one. We still have to do 7 more instances of damage to him, and there are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 targets. So 5 of these will actually be hit once Bugbear is gone. So, and since we can't hit Proletariat with psychic damage, and we can't hit him with not psychic damage, I feel inclined to believe we should take out Proletariats at some point. Shock Dampeners won't do much. Right, yeah, it's indestructible, so that's one that should definitely get redirected. Stolen Gear with the minuses, I don't think I'm gonna bother taking it out. In fact, I think basically every device, because like we don't really have the bad devices out, so I'm not really worried about taking them out. Radioactivist, actually, is that whose deck is Radioactivist? Proletariat. What's in Bugbear's? But nothing, okay. Yeah, Radioactivist isn't doing much. If a corporate strain or reduce damage dealt by Plague Rat to villain targets by 1. I'm not really too worried about that one. I'm like, we're gonna take out Plague Rat pretty soon. Actually, I think the next focus is Plague Rat. Baron Blade's gonna just regain it back. And I can't actually take out... I can't hit Proletariat proper because it's gonna redirect to a clone. So I'm just gonna target Proletariat. And then Fanatic redirects it. And now the order doesn't matter. I have coasters that I'm putting my drinks on, but it's so humid that it's like everything is super wet, and like the coaster is sticking to the drink, so when I pick it up, it brings the coaster, and then I like move it around and it drops, so it keeps dropping to the ground. I would love to live in a place that's dry, because humidity sucks ass. Bugbear's down. So at the start of Bugbear's turn, by the way, each villain target regains 1 HP, which I don't think is going to matter too much. So, next focus is Plague Rat, and I'm pretty sure we could probably do that really easily with our team. Do I need to redirect everything to Plague Rat? Actually, I'm going to focus on Proletariat with Fanatic, and we'll have everyone else. I can't, because this is going to redirect. Shoot. Yeah, well... This doesn't really order that well, because Proletariat gets a clone out before Fanatic's turn. Focus on friction. The thing is, friction's incap will always destroy a card. Plague Rats... He can't deal damage right now, right? Because we did the... No, we didn't, because it's in our hand because we had to destroy Maze of Mirrors, and we haven't destroyed it yet. I don't really know what I should do, honestly. I'll just hit Plague Rat, and we'll have Fanatic take him out. Surge Strike, which is going to do damage to yourself because of Maze of Mirrors. And actually, we want to make sure Maze of Mirrors gets used up when it matters. So we'll hit Fanatic because it does 0. And then 0. Why is Setback's Nemesis icon showing up on Plague Rat? Because there is a Nemesis somewhere. So it's not Setback himself, but there is a Setback Nemesis card. In fact, or no, I thought it was one in play, that, but I don't think it is. Because the one Nemesis Radioactivist is Unity's. Proletariat's Nemesis aren't in the game. You have no Nemesis. Yeah, Revenant is a Setback Nemesis. So, Revenant and Plague Rat will deal +1 damage to each other. Which does matter. Alright, so here's where the redirect gets used up. Deals herself and the execute targets with highest HP 1 lightning damage each. So we'll have Tachyon redirect it because Tachyon would take more damage. If I play a software card, this blows up. So we'll draw a card, we get Flyby. Which isn't the worst. I would redirect the first damage to me, which is 4, but then I could deal 2 targets 4 damage. Then I could play another Flyby, or I could do something else. But do I want to get more hardware out, or do I want to get... Like, if I do Flash Installation Drive... At the end of your turn, discard the top card of your deck, then put a software from your trash into play. It might get a software into play. So we'll try that. I just like hardware. Getting more hardware means more automation, and I like automation here. Alright, so the first one redirects to me. So I'm just going to target a hero, because then I could still hit a villain. And then... Plague Rat would be dealt 4. So currently, Fanatic is going to probably use Smite the Transgressor, which will deal 4, or Base Power, which will deal 3, which is 7, and Absolution, which will deal 5, which is 12. So she's doing 12 damage. So if I hit Plague Rat with this, Fanatic will have him. He'll be down on Fanatic's turn. Oh, and I can use an additional power. Increase damage by Plague Rat this turn by 1. Probably could have done that first. Or no, we couldn't because that got into play. Alright, sure. We'll increase damage dealt by Plague Rat for the rest of this turn by 1. And I get a software. Whenever the hero with the lowest would be dealt damage, you may redirect it to benchmark, who is actually the lowest, so it does nothing. But it's funny. Zhulong. Baron Blade doesn't actually hit anything. Ennead is like the only villain that has Nemesis be a thing in every game. To that extent, it counts for the Sentinels. Yes, Sentinels will always have their Nemesis icon appear. Hold on a second. My pillow is too far down. Yeah, Sentinels will always have a Nemesis because they are their own Nemesis. Chairman and Operative will always have their Nemesis icon because they're nemesis of each other. And in Final Wasteland, I don't remember what their name is. Rat Beasts always have Nemesis icons because there's 3 of them in the deck, and they will do +1 to each other. Okay, so Maze of Mirrors is going to redirect. So if I do Throat Jab to myself, or I do Throat Jab, it will redirect to me. I can't deal damage. I do Micro Targeting Computer. I use Stun Bolt. I hit myself. I use Utility Belt. I can use an extra power. I hit myself. I think the damage reduction effect, though, since it's not based on damage being dealt, shouldn't actually reduce Wraith's damage. I'm definitely going to Grappling Hook the Maze of Mirrors because it's annoying. So yeah, I think then we take out Friction. Alright, now for the second environment turn. World's biggest pool table. Baron Blade is immune to villain damage, but not environment damage. Alright, the Revival Corp Restrainer regained the HP. Discard 2 cards or destroy an equipment card. You're going to discard cards. Software in your trash can get into play easily, so we're going to put software into trash. And then you're doing damage, but it's not going to do damage to villains. It's only going to damage the heroes. So. So, should I press the fast forward button? Gotta make sure that we, you know, not see any of these damage dealing animations. It's actually really funny. Like, I don't play too many multiplayer games, but it seems like almost everyone who I play with holds down the fast forward button. And like, I like watching the animations, honestly. I know it makes the game go longer, but like, I like being immersed in a game. I like thinking things out. If I just go like, blam, 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 play card, use power, blam, 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 I can't think about what's going on. So like, I play 50% as effectively if I speed through everything. So like, if I fast forward through everything, I play terribly. But then when I'm in a multiplayer game, I feel stressed because everyone else is fast forwarding, and when I get to my turn, they're already suggesting what card to play. And it's like, come on guys, I'm trying to think here and you're not helping. And then like, I've been rewatching older episodes of Sentinels Live, honestly, and like, especially when they were demoing multiplayer and we're starting to see like how multiplayer was shaping up when it was first released. Because by the way, Sentinels didn't originally have multiplayer in it, but when it was first developed, when they were first developing multiplayer, they had guests on the show. Like, it's really clear how unaware people are about how fast they play the game, because like, there were a number of people who were spoiling things on the stream. Like, Wraith was finishing her turn, meanwhile like guest player X is like, oh man, world's biggest pool table, choose for me, and it's like, Wraith's still drawing a card on stream, guys, you're not doing good TV. And there are certain people who are like even after they were told not to do it, they just kept doing it anyway because they weren't aware. Anyway, I'm rambling. Motivational charge is the play. And then I could galvanize and motivational charge. And since Plague Rat regained HP, although we are going to hypersonic assault again. The Plague Rat regained HP, so I think we should target him. I mean, like, I understand fast forward's purpose, and I do use it when it's like there's a bunch of nothing happening, like this person's doing 0 damage to everything. Or I use it in Pike Industrial Complex with the VAT that deals 1, 1, and 1, because it's a bunch of nothing, or not nothing, but it's a bunch of annoying damage dealing effects. But I don't like fast forwarding through like card plays and card draws because I need to see what card is drawn, because that's information that I need to add to like my decision making. And if I'm doing blam 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 fast forward through all these turns, like I can't process everything. And that's when, like, because I need to process. And one of the, like, when I did weekly one-shot videos before I was on this stream, like, people complained because like I spent 2 hours on a weekly one-shot. Granted, at the time, I was spending a lot of time reading the cards out loud because I thought that was a good idea to show to the stream. But, like, I needed to be able to think things out. And, like, the common criticism was, you're spending 2 hours, I spent 15 minutes in this game. And I was like, great, you know, maybe I could play more effectively than you, though. Anyway, I'm rambling. And I don't mean to be, like, tooting my own horn or anything. It's just... I don't think that playing fast is necessarily, like, good play. Only fast forward when absolutely everything is being hit or when you're trying to unlock something that's tedious. True, yeah. Rambling is fun. Alright, so order mattered there because now I can actually hit Proletariat with this. Yeah! So now Proletariat cannot deal damage. And then, I don't think the rest of this matters because you're not going out, but you're not doing anything anyway, so. But like, and also like, even if I'm like, all right, this effect is going off, I'm not going to hold the fast forward button down because just in case there is a redirect effect that I totally forgot about, I want to see it happen so that I know what's going on. Otherwise, I'm going to probably miss it because it'll be like fast forward, be like, hey guys, so wait, why is Fanatic not dealing damage? What went wrong there? You know, I don't know. If rambling was being annoying, do you think you wouldn't tell me to shut up and play? Well, I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, there are a lot of rude people on the internet, but there's also a lot of people who, like, don't voice their concerns unless they're prompted, or they're not going to voice it directly to me, but they'll voice it in YouTube comments, which hasn't happened for a long time, thankfully. But, you know, they hide away behind the invisible screen as opposed to telling me directly, so. Alright. So, villains play stuff out of turn. Did I miss that? Or no, he played a Proletariat, he brought Proletariat out, and now Proletariats are acting. You're just saying that's an example, right? Oh yeah, and if the villain had a thing that reacted to being dealt damage and you didn't notice because you were fast forwarding, yeah. This choice doesn't matter because he's hitting both. Or they're hitting both. And they are dealing damage because they were not hypersonic assaulted. Alright, so I am doing 12 damage with Fanatic, and I have Smite the Transgressor. So, that's a thing. And unfortunately, I won't be able to use my base power on anything, but I can take out Plague Rat. So I have that going for me, which is nice. We get a Brutal Censure. Alright, you can't deal damage. I feel like this is probably the easiest Vengeance game we've had, but now you're Blinding Surging. And there isn't a choose for me button, so you're not destroying all, but you have 4 surge cards, so you're destroying 4. Which means you're destroying all but 1. And Inspiring Presence is amazing. The softwares aren't as amazing. And they can come back into play because Benchmark has a thing. Motivational Charge is amazing, but if you have another one in your hand, which you don't, it's easier to get Inspiring Presence back than it is to get Motivational Charge back. And I do like me some Motivational Charging. But if I destroy Inspiring Presence, I lose a +1. Do I really need the HP, though? Our lowest HP is 20, so I'm going to destroy Motivational Charge. Did you just see a Friction card with her hitting Wraith? What's up, back? Oh, yeah, I see. But Wraith's like, sigh, why do people never look where they're going? I see myself. If I wave, do I move? Yep, I moved. So I'm gonna guess that Twitch did a Twitch. Because OBS says I've dropped 0 frames. OBS does lie though, but I did drop 0 frames through OBS. So I'm gonna say Twitch twitched, which Twitch is known to do. Why did I put these things underneath the wet things so I wouldn't have sticky things happen, and this thing proceeded to do a sticky. Ugh. Can we not have humidity? Like, I'm tired of this whole humidity thing. Like, I don't really like winter so much because it's cold and my hands and feet are permanently cold no matter how many pairs of socks I have on. And every time I try to explain that to someone, they always insist I'm not wearing enough socks, as if wearing 5 pairs of socks will help. But, and, you know, ignore the whole hand problem as well. But at least in wintertime, it's drier, so things don't get as wet, which is nice. Hey, Genagro. Yeah, so if you missed what happened, my power gave me overhaul loadout, which allows me to move hardware and software back in my hand, and I can play cards. Now, I could move a hardware in the hand, play a software so that onboard cooling systems reacts. And then I could also play one that gives me a power like Ally Matrix. Because I do still have 2 powers. And if I do onboard cooling systems, or if I leave it in play, then I will also deal up to 2 targets 2 cold damage each. But that can also happen through the flash installation drive, because we have a bunch of software in my trash. The microfabricator, which will add a hardware into play. So do I want the Ally Matrix? Like, I could leave onboard cooling systems in play. I could put the Inferno Missile Pod in play. I could put Ally Matrix out there, and then I could use the Ally Matrix power to discard a card to fuel the Inferno Missile Pod, and then another player can draw a card and use a power. So Fanatic could actually get her redirect going for the next round. The stream is now live. Ask Christopher and Adam if they can fix humidity. So, yeah, speaking of Christopher and Adam, we were talking about Seamus saying it's a mistake because Friction was long dead before Southwest Sentinels were created. And, I mean, I have no idea. You would have to ask them as to why there's a card involving this. Friction's deck was created at the same time, or it was a part of a game that Southwest Sentinels were also in. And I don't really like calling them the Southwest Sentinels, honestly, because their deck is called the Sentinels. But anyway, I mean, I know the comic series is Southwest Sentinels. But who knows? They talked about Vengeance Revisited, which involved Friction's actually really dead this time. Oh, she like re-emerged and then actually really killed her or something? Yeah, me6 lists me twice because Twitch did a Twitch. Alright, I'm sitting here indecisive about this. I'm just going to leave these in play because I like my current setup. I could benefit from another power use, but instead... Oh, you discard Reinforced Chassis. Why? Oh, I can redeploy Actuation to get it back, so that's fine. Put a card into play. Let's get load on initialization so I can get more softwares. And we'll just keep beating down on Friction. And Proletariat has no clones. No, he has clones. He got clones back. Why'd you get clones back? Ugh. At this rate, I feel like Proletariat's my last target. But if I hit Baron Blade, then we're going to hit ourselves. Which is actually probably okay, because Fanatic would redirect it, and Tachyon could probably, like, supersonic response or something, or the thing, I don't know. Well, I'll hit Baron. Oh, he's going to regain it back. Oh, whatever, I'll hit Baron Blade. Vengeance 2, Electric Boogaloo. Alright, secondary cannon. Whenever benchmark uses a power, you may discard a card. If you do, benchmark deals one target, one projectile damage. We don't have a start of turn power, do we? I don't think so. We're gonna put the Inferno Missile Pod out. And I love this card. Whenever I play this, I always feel like I'm Dr. Evil. I'm going, Inferno Missile Pod. Alright, and then discard a card, which will go underneath the Inferno Missile Pod, which will then trigger immediately. So we're gonna do that then. What countermeasures out there? Oh, we'll put you in underneath. Oh, we'll destroy you. Oh, we'll hit Friction, I guess. Play this top card of each villain deck? Ugh. That does nothing. That does nothing. So it could have been worse. We got two Nemesis. Yeah, the air quotes is super important. And really, like, I can't not see that. And I always feel like, I always just imagine Benchmark being like, all I wanted were missile pods with frickin' infernos attached to their heads. Alright, Razor Ordnance. And then I can get anything. But we have a Razor Ordnance, micro-targeting utility belt. So we don't have a throwing knives or a stun bolt or a mega computer or an infrared eyepiece. Throwing knives would probably be really exciting, especially with a micro-targeting computer. Yeah, we'll do that. Because I don't need a stun bolt as much. Because everything's hypersonic assaulted, right? Yes, so I don't need the -1. So Friction. And then Baron Blade. And then I guess I'm gonna hit a Proletariat. And we have the literal Wheel of Misfortune. Wheel of Misfortune. One player may discard one card. You have bursts, you have accelerated assault, which I love. Actually, I think Friction's dying to Wait, where's Friction? Friction's at 4, but she's gonna regain 1 by Bugbear. I was gonna say Friction's probably gonna die to Tachyon, but I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, we'll just have Benchmark discard because he's gonna put cards under the Inferno missile pod. So, Ally Matrix. And then reveal a card. If it's a one-shot, play it. So who is most likely to play a one-shot that's exciting? There's a lot of ongoings in this deck. That does not seem exciting. Tachyon is probably the one to do. Maybe. But she does have several ongoings and equipments. Fanatic has a lot of one-shots, actually. She could accidentally Wrathful Retribution, which would not be so exciting. And then Benchmark and Wraith have a lot of equipments and ongoings. Let's have Fanatic Chastised. Of course you would have Chastise. Alright, Benchmark. And I'm probably not going to do this too much because I love all these cards. Overhaul Loadout gives amazing card draw. Flyby does a lot of damage. We'll put a Flyby. And I'm going to have someone else do things. So now Tachyon. Oh my gosh! Why are these heroes with one-shots not playing one-shots? Alright. And I can't have players draw a card. Heroic Interception? Also, I did not know, but if you right-click a card, it pulls it up. You don't need to double-click. I never knew that. I found out something new today! Because I've always been double-clicking cards and then not being able to look at them because I'm tapping too fast. But if I right-click, it does it. Nice. This stream just got 10 times better. Like, the only thing that would... Like, I have a Legacy Ring, but no secondary power. The only secondary power in my hand is Next Evolution. But is anything hitting Legacy? I guess maybe Proletariat, because he's going to be dealing damage after Tachyon's effect is up. So I guess I'll just be immune to melee then. So now it was the top of Legacy's deck. Oh, it's not a one-shot, so that's fine. Alright, yeah, I don't need 2 Danger Senses, so Legacy's gonna just discard a Danger Sense. And Tachyon and Fanatic are not playing cards, so let's look at Legacies. Oh, it's an ongoing, okay. We've had terrible things happen. And then let's have Wraith discard a card, because you don't need 2 Razor Ordinances. And let's look at Benchmark. Oh, it's not a one-shot. I'm pretty disappointed. Alright, so the clones. There's one clone that's going to survive, though. Ugh. Accelerated Assault. This will take out all the clones, and then I could Sonic Vortex. I should have started with Pushing the Limits, but whatever. And then that redirects. So all the Proletariats are gone. I can hit them. There's no order for this, though. Also, because of the speedy sidestep, I cannot Sonic Vortex Friction. If that matters. I think that we're gonna win this, by the way. I'm like 95% sure we're gonna win this. I don't want to jinx myself, but like, we're super in control. And we're super ahead, and we're super set up, so... They haven't been able to deal damage for like 2 rounds. And we took out the worst ones, so. Alright, I have one more card play. I have 8 bursts in my trash, so I could deal 5 sonic damage to multiple targets. Proletariat is exposed. I could also Lightspeed Barrage him, that would deal 10 damage, and then we'd have him down to 9. But then he'll bring a clone back on his turn. Fanatic's effect doesn't exist anymore because she was redirecting to Plague Rat, I think. Yeah, she was redirecting to Plague Rat. So like I would like to be able to target Proletariat with Fanatic's base power, but in order to do that, I kind of need Proletariat to be exposed, which doesn't happen because Proletariat precedes a Fanatic. So instead, I think I'm just gonna Sonic Vortex. But Friction's gonna... Oh, she's not gonna redirect it technically. She's just going to prevent it. But we'll hit Proletariat, Baron Blade, and then a bunch of other things, I guess. I can take out this Nemesis. I can take out Doc Tusser, so I don't have to deal with 1 projectile damage. Can't take those out, though. So we have 3 more. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. And Friction's going down, so anything that's a friction thing doesn't really matter. But Shock Dampeners is indestructible anyway, so who cares? And now we can see what was on top of Wraith's deck, so we could have had it in play. And Wraith had a micro-targeting computer. There were no one-shots anywhere. Okay. So now, Tachyon doesn't have a burst, but Tachyon's not going to use most of these cards. So we'll discard a HUD Goggles, and we'll look at Tachyon's deck. It's a one-shot. Sucker Punch? Oh yeah, I can Sucker Punch Friction. Yes! You try to speedy sidestep, so I just Sucker Punched you. That's nice. Ah, Hermetic. Why? Who's considered to have the highest? It doesn't matter. Oh, next evolution. Perfect. Yeah, that one. That's why we did that. Right. Fanatic. And then this goes off. Tachyon, reveal another one-shot. Fleet of Foot! Yes! Motivational Charge. Sonic Vortex. Alright, we can Sonic Vortex again. Yes! And Divine Focus. Oh, that's going to be sick. Load on Initialization. Utility Belt. Alright. I could take out the Proletariat again, I guess. There are 9 bursts in my trash. There are 7 targets here. Unfortunately, I can't hit Proletariat. Urgh. Why do you do the things that you do? But we took out the Displacing Teleporter, which didn't do much this game because Baron Blade hasn't been dealing damage for most of this game. And then there's no redirect effect, right? Nope. And now each hero target deals itself 1 Infernal. Ugh. Hermetic! Oh yeah, guess who can be hit by Fanatic now? Indeed. Look at that beautiful setup we just got there. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna Divine Focus because we have like a bajillion cards in hand. So we're gonna redirect all damage to Proletariat, and then we're gonna focus on Baron Blade for the rest of this game. So I think it's basically just we still have Inspiring Presence, yeah. Keep having Tachyon play cards. Fleet of Foot! Look at this. This is beautiful. HUD Goggles, though, is not a good card to draw. Actually, I can one-shot Proletariat, which is funny. I could also do this on Baron Blade. I'm a little more inclined to do this on Baron Blade because Fanatic definitely has Proletariat down. So we'll do Baron Blade. Dude, you are not my nemesis! Oh man, I have to destroy a card? Why? Pushing the limits because I have another in hand that I was going to play if I ever got to my next play, which is not going to happen. Like, look at that. Jeez. Alright, what's your next ace in the hole? Okay! Dude, you are not my nemesis. Part 3. The Electric Boogaloo. And then I will play this to... I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? No, really, you are not my nemesis. Alright, I don't even know what to do. I will play software so that I could take out Baron Blade. And then this. And and then we don't even get to your proper turn? Oh my god. Alright. In the Summer of Ultimates, Vengeance mode is done. Because you gave me the best team we could have. Like, this is ridiculous. All that worked out. Oh my goodness gracious. That was probably one of the most fun games I've had. After one of the worst games I ever had. Well, yeah, it's Cosmic Omnitron. What do you expect? Alright, so team mode is done. And so we are down to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 solo villains. So we are now going to do the classic game. I don't need to do RNG for classic or team. It's going to be classic. I'm going to hit the random button. We get Plague Rat, who has not been beaten yet. So, Ultimate Plague Rat versus Requital Captain Cosmic, Best of Times Chrono-Ranger, Expatriette, and Santa Guise in the Realm of Discord. Fanatic had 3/5 of the kills, even though, like, Tachyon got 3 Fleet of Feet from the All-Seeing Algebra. That was nutso. Roar! Bite! Nah! Rend! Roar! My brother gave me another chance to protect the cosmos from the likes of you. His sacrifice will not be in vain. This is me, not even attempting to do accents. Fine, I'll do an accent. My brother gave me another chance to protect the cosmos from the likes of you. His sacrifice will not be in vain. Okay, that's my best attempt. Or what is Adams? What was Adams? I have not listened to the letters page in a long time, but he had a funny British... I don't even remember it. Amazing acting, Mr. Shatner. Thank you. Thank you. Requital Captain Cosmic. His autonomous blade, conservation of energy, dynamic siphon, energy bracer. Best of Times Chrono-Ranger just wants to do his job with his Ranger's mark. Because he has freaking 3 just doing my jobs. Expatriette has 2 RPG launchers and 2 submachine guns. That's cool, I guess. And Santa Guise can do that too, says cheese, is a total beefcake and does not remember where we left the thing. So, and this is also Chrono-Ranger's nemesis, by the way. Advanced. Increased damage dealt by Plague Rat and by infected heroes by 1. Challenge. At the start of the villain turn, Plague Rat deals each non-villain target 1 toxic damage. There's a lot of damage going on in this game. It's the Cockney accent. I don't even remember what Cockney is. You can tell me what the accent is. It's not going to help me know what it is, because I know that there's like a bajillion different British accents. I cannot differentiate from them based on name. I can't even like give you like I can't even like tell you all the different accents there are. Alright, who wants to be infected? At the start of that hero's turn, to deal themselves 1 irreducible toxic, but they have a +1. And normally that'd be Chrono, but he doesn't have his super gear out. He could have his super gear out. I could put it on Santa Guise. He could put out Total Beefcake and redirect it 2 turns from now. But I think I'm just going to do Chrono. No, Captain Cosmic, sorry, that Chrono, should sound a bit like a pirate. Ah, mateys. I have me an energy bracer. What's... there was... In it, that's what it was. I have an energy bracer in it. I don't have to worry about having too many constructs out because I'm gonna be dealt a lot of damage. You don't say. Well, we'll have the autonomous blade on Chrono because he's gonna do damage on his turn, and then we're gonna see cards, which are 3 constructs. Yes. Which is not good. We'll put the autonomous blade on Chrono. We'll put the Vitality Conduit on Chrono. And then we'll put out a Cosmic Crust, and then we'll be dealt 8 damage. If only this had a +1. Alright, I need cards. And... you don't need a conservation of energy because those aren't going to last. I don't need 3 just doing my jobs. You don't need 2 submachine guns. Unless the environment plays imbued vitality and Plague Rat wipes the board. And I don't think you need say cheese. Now if only I could play the cards I get, but I can't. But Mama needs a new pair of shoes. I can get me a hat. And most likely I'm going to put bounties on Plague Rats, so I'm just going to target Plague Locusts. Because then you can have the bounty effects if they ever come into play. And then I will just shoot up the board. Okay. I think we'll just total beefcake. There was someone in the Handelabra Discord that said something like, I don't understand why people don't love Guise. And I said, I don't love Guise. And then his response was like, that's okay. Not everyone needs to love the best hero. And it's like, I don't really like that attitude. But anyway, I'm not gonna talk crap about someone. I could blow up an infection. I could also not blow up an infection. Is Chrono gonna last more than, like, one round? Also, claustrophobic delusion. I'm gonna put this on Guise. Although that's not gonna help with Total Beefcake, is it? No. Whatever. Oh no, that's destroyed. Oh no, that's destroyed. Yeah, I realize it's a joke. I also don't really like... I don't really like attitudes sometimes. I don't know. Like, one attitude thing that I despise are the people who insist that their pronunciation of various words is the right pronunciation when it mostly comes down to region, or regionalisms, I guess. Like, I would call... I don't have an example, but, like, I would call Coke or Pepsi pop. But, you know, half of the US calls it soda, half of the US calls it pop. And if I call it pop to someone who calls it soda, I get acted like I made the worst offense ever. If I call the sport football when... Or I shouldn't say football. When I call it soccer, when in the US or in the UK it's football, I get an attitude like I'm wrong. No, it's a regionalism. It's what we call it around here, you know? People in the UK call restrooms toilets. We call them restrooms. It's the same thing. We know what they mean. Just like any hero in the game, some people like some heroes more than any other. What? No way. There has to be one right hero. And it's also amazing how, like, violently, like... This is potentially a tad inappropriate, but one of my favorite things to see is how worked up people get about the different ways you can wipe. Like, people sometimes wipe while sitting on the toilet. Some people wipe while standing hunched over the toilet because that's how they learned how to do it. Some people wipe forward to backward. Some people wipe backward to forward. Some people take the toilet paper and fold it neatly into a square. Some people take the toilet paper and bunch it like into a crumpled ball before they wipe. There's a bajillion different methods that you don't really realize because people don't generally discuss wiping techniques because it's gross. But for some reason, when it does come up, like in an appropriate channel where people are saying, like, what's a gross topic to talk about, and someone talks about wiping, there's always, like, factions of people who are like, standing while you wipe is stupid. Sitting while you wipe is stupid. It's like, no, you don't like, it's a topic that you don't realize how many different ways there are because you never have a chance to talk about it. Okay. Chrono. It's a water closet. Oh, good. Destructive response. I like that one. The rest of these, though... I guess augmented ally on Santa guys is a thing. Energy bracer isn't really going to matter, but Chrono can reduce 1 damage. Cosmic's surviving because he only put 3 constructs out, so it's fine. Hey, Logic Gate. We're busy ranting about things. Would it be worth... I'm debating the merits of... Like, yeah, I know I can't search my deck, but putting out the Neurotoxin Dart Thrower, because not all of his damage is in fact irreducible, is the thing. His start of turn challenge roll damage is not irreducible. Would that be worth doing? Especially because with... the dynamic siphon, I can trigger it twice. And then we could save some HP. I don't know if that's worth it though. When an infection is destroyed, Plague Rat deals each hero target 4 toxic. That's gonna do 2 though if he's double thingied. Oh man. Jim's hat's usually my go-to, but Chrono's not gonna survive if he does that. Oh, actually, I can't even damage him because claustrophobic delusion. Well, I guess Plague Locust is my target then. And I could target him with a neurotoxin dart thrower, even though it won't go through, but that's... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Jim's hat. Hit the Plague Locust. This says all non-hero targets other than a non-hero target with the lowest HP are immune. So once the Plague Locust is gone, Plague Rat will not be immune. Sudden Contract, by any means. Yeah, we want by any means for sure. And then we can take that out. This will also lower his damage by 1. It's still affecting the Plague Locust, so I'm not gonna use the power. And now Expatriette can take it out with the submachine gun. I could also RPG launch it. I could also flakjack it. I'm gonna RPG launch, just because I hate the claustrophobic delusion. Why can't we have a card that restores our HP? Alright, Plague Locust is gone. Plague Rat has a +1. So now we can actually start doing things in this game. And yeah, we'll discard that. We'll put presents. So now the question is, who gets presents? I kind of want to open up Chrono's presents. Retcon, Gritty Reboot, and those 3 cards in there aren't really exciting, so yes, I did.
Good.
Chrono's been a good boy. He should survive, right? Because Plague Rat's gonna do... he's gonna do 1 to all, which will be 3 to Chrono, and then 3 to Chrono, and then Chrono does 2 to himself. Ugh. Ew! I guess the Energy Bracer's helping now. Let's do Chrono because we do have the Dynamic Siphon. So we should hopefully get something that we can... Move all bounties from your trash. There were none. And then... Move all bounties from your trash. Those were the worst presents. I guess we did 8 damage. Oh, man. That is not the positive energy field. I want the positive energy field. I want it. Alright. I don't have a power, right? Hello, consulting designer. Let's target Plague Rat, I guess, because reasons. Also, I forgot about the Energy Bracer on Cosmic. That's going to reduce this one by 1. Tooth and Claw. Oh, right. Actually, that's going to target a construct, so that's not as bad. Deal the 4 targets with the highest HP. Who's considered the 4th highest? This is going to do 0. Yeah, so that one is fine. And then these are all dying anyway. I guess I could ping the Dynamic Siphon with Destructive Response, but there's no reason to. Yeah, so the rest of that doesn't help. And then we get Infection. Ugh. Expat, I guess. I feel like this game's not gonna work. I feel like this game's over. But I mean, then again, like, we do have a +1 on him now. Can we do 59 damage this round? You know what really grinds my gears? Places that have automatic toilets, automatic sinks, and push-button air dryers. I don't really like the hand dryer though. Like, they don't really work, so I found. Like, they sort of work, but not really. Okay. Dynamic Siphon. Did I get a thing? I got eye on the prize. This is my last round, so I'm going to make the most of it. No, we'll put this on Chrono. Yeah, we'll do it on Chrono. And then this order doesn't matter. Ugh. Is this whenever a card enters play? Whenever a card is played. Oh man. Oh, we're putting them in. Okay, this is fine. We're putting cards into play. Construct Cataclysm, destroy all construct cards. Do I want to... Cosmic Crest isn't going to do anything. There's 2 constructs in play. I could deal up to 2 targets 3 energy. Or I could put the augmented thing on Guise again. I don't know that really matters. What do? We'll put the augmented ally on Guise. And then I could do this. You've been watching Dolphin play specifically. What am I, good or something? Why would I be good? Alright. And then Guise could be augmented again. Can I do 51 damage across 3 heroes? That's beautiful. Ultimate target is the first plan. We're at the point where constructs are at higher HP. Ultimate target. Now I'm doing 5 damage. And then I can eye on the prize. Am I gonna survive by the environment? I guess the environment is doing 2 damage each time I play a card, so it's not bad. But Plague Rat for 5, and then Hunter and Hunted, except I don't have a damage dealing power. That would certainly be beautiful and amazing if I had Compounded Bow, which I don't have, and I will certainly not get before I die. No bounties in my trash. So Masada would let me do 2 irreducible damage, which is better than any other effect, which is going to do 1 damage. So I'm going to do Masada. And we're soon at the point where someone's going to die when a card gets played. But he's at 29. Also, Expat's dead. Power. Yes. Chrono's gonna Masada. And guys, oops, that exploded. Yeah, I'm not gonna have 2 retcons. Can I actually? Oh yeah, so I could retcon before I die. Put that part of each deck face down. Did that actually get on the mic? I don't know if it did. I don't know if that was a loud bump. Anyway. All right. Retcon. This will deal damage. Chrono's gonna be the last survivor at this rate. Destroy a negative energy field. Play a card. Well, I can do that too on Cosmic. Guise the Barbarian. Oh yeah, I'm that guy. I can do that too. Guise the Barbarian. I'm that guy. The problem is, and we found this out on the Sentinels Live, if I high-five Chrono, If I high-five Chrono, actually, I can copy Destructive Response, and then Guise can go off when a construct is destroyed. If I high-five Chrono, and there's no reason to high-five Chrono, but if I high-five Chrono, then the infection text gets copied. When this card is played, if all active heroes are infected, play the top card of the villain deck, then move this card to the villain trash. Play this card next to an active hero who is not infected. That hero is infected at the start of that hero's turn. They deal themselves 1 irreducible toxic damage. Not all heroes are infected, but if all heroes were infected, then Plague Rat would play the top card of his deck. But Cosmic's actually the perfect one to copy. And then I can do that too. And we're going to flip presence anyway. This power's not useful, but I mean, I'm using my power on my turn anyway, so. Plague Rat is affected by all bounty cards in play. Pew pew! Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Alright. We're flipping Guise. We get Extreme. Where did I leave that? We get Selling Out and Retcon. Is there any reason to pull a card from my trash? I don't think so. Good. And I get... Oh yeah, I'm that guy. Alright, well that's all I can do. Now for Explosive Bubbles. Oh! I knew it. I knew it. But a construct's getting destroyed, so I can retaliate. Destructive Response goes off. Actually, we'll take out the bubbles before anything else. No, we won't. Or no, we will, because of the +1s. We were so close. And then I could just take out her team. But yeah, there's no surviving this. If we have to have a loss, this is the loss. Oh, wait a minute. No. Wait. There's more. I forgot. Ultimate target's in play. It's not enough. But ultimate target's in play. Gosh darn it. We were so close. We tried.
Oh, jingle bells. I smell.
Oh, man. Alright, it's 7:46. I'll tell you what. Ordinarily, my 4th game is a hodgepodge of random and I choose and you choose, but I'm not going to do that this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the first game that I put on, because that game lasted 5 minutes. So we're going to try it again, and we'll see if I fare better this time. There's Freedom 5, Absolute 0. Can't see the rest of this. It was Young Legacy. It was Omnitron-X. It was Parse. It was Visionary Unleashed. And we were in Silver Gulch. And it was Ultimate Cosmic Omnitron. Same rules apply as they did at the start of the stream. Reduce damage dealt to devices by 1. The value of H is doubled to 10. And the flip side, increased damage dealt by devices by 1. I did win the viewer's choice game. It was nutso. Power source unknown. Directive destroy. Stay frosty, everyone. No matter how bad things are, we still gotta take down this villain. In it. Alright. Absolute Zero has Frostbound Drain, Isothermic Transducer, 2 null point calibration units. Legacy is apparently really worried about the environment for some reason and has a motivational charge. Omnitron-X has Innervation Ray, 2 resets, and a Rocket Punch. Interesting. Parse has Between the Lines, Data Mining, Impossible Shot, Targeting Arrow. Visionary Unleashed has Cerebral Hemorrhage, Foresight, Suggestion, Twist the Ether. Alright, so we're getting the 6 components. You got to see it in the replay. The Viewer's Choice game was nutso because we just dominated. There was like no strategy. I just did damage dealing the entire game. All right. Does this matter? It does. We'll do legs. The repair drone. Terraforming. I like terraforming when there's no cards in play. Alright. We have a healthier start this time, guys. If I put out Null Point Calibration Unit and I twist Omnitron's Ether, we could have Omnitron just heal Absolute Zero. Assuming that we leave all the components in play. Which I don't know that we're actually going to do. Because the electromagnetic railguns do... How much? They do 9 damage. So it's going to take out... Or it's going to hit, like, other things is the problem. I mean, it is a thought, though. But, I mean, most likely, like, I want to take out all the components. And I can almost certainly do that. But the problem is I want to play Innervation Ray and keep it out so that, like, he doesn't flip. Between the Lines, if that power deals damage, that damage is irreducible. That might actually do it. Somehow. Some way. We have to get through card draw to get to that point, though, but... If I do that, he will play Flechettes. Actually, I'm going to do Null Point and I'll twist his Ether, and then we'll keep Absolute Zero alive. And then... There was the suggestion last time of putting Sub-Zero Atmosphere out that I really liked, because then any drone that comes out doesn't act. Now, of course, Sedative Flechettes would destroy that, but I think... Actually, no, he plays a card at the end of his turn. Yeah, no. Okay, no, we're not doing Sub-Zero Atmosphere. That's a dumb plan. Thermal Shockwave, however. I like that one. I will, because we should be able to keep him alive. And since I have like 3 danger senses and a motivational charge, I think I'm going to do motivational charge. Nonetheless. And now that I regained a hit point, I'm going to draw a card, because we need options. Alright. Get the component out, and then reveal the top card of a deck, and I want to reveal Omnitron's, as in my own. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I got reset. Which is normally a terrible card. I don't need to draw a card, though. In fact, I won't draw the card, but I will play Rocket Punch. And then I will still not draw a card. Because now Parse could have Omnitron destroy components. I keep saying Omnitron, and I'm not differentiating between the Omnitrons. All between the lines on Omnitron-X, because now we can Rocket Punch for... I guess it's not going to destroy the components. Although Parse will get it destroyed. Yeah, this is fine. Because that does 3, this does 2... And then this does 1. So the components are gone. But we still have Omnitron-X's component. So Omnitron 2 is not going to flip. And then we're going to twist the ether on Omnitron 2 in hopes of him hitting absolute 0. Although we got rid of the thing that was going to hit absolute 0, but whatever. Repair Drone's going to heal Omnitron, but I'm just going to focus on Cosmic Omnitron. As long as he doesn't destroy stuff, we should be fine. Explosives wagon! Okay. Adaptive plating subroutine, followed by adaptive plating subroutine. Hello. Okay, so we cannot hit him multiple times. Got it. But isothermic and thermal shockwave. I can hit Omnitron. I could hit the repair drone. And now I can't hit Omnitron a second time, but I can hit absolute 0. And then I can take out the repair drone because I can't hit Omnitron. And the focused apertures helps. Welcome back, missing number. I think now I will bolster allies to make up for the lack of Omnitron-X card draw. Exothermic transducer, Thok, Innervation Ray, that's a good one. Reveal the flaws, that's a good one. Rest the mind. Ooh, we could rest the explosives wagon mind. Ooh, boy. Yeah, motivational charge, I think. The longer we can stay alive in this game, the more likely it is that he's gonna kill us. So that's not really a good plan, but we made it longer than we did the first game, so I have that going for me, which is nice. All right, heal up. I don't need to heal absolute 0, so I'll heal the others. And then I will play 1 reset. And I get Gaussian Coil Blaster. Rocket Punch does projectile and projectile. No, that's the wrong damage type. Oh man, Rocket Punch is bad. Yeah, I'll Gaussian Coil Blaster. I'm not gonna Rocket Punch because I need. Maybe I need some plating. Or do I just Rocket Punch? Because that's going to do 2 + 1 + 1 - 1. It's going to do 3 damage. I'm going to look for a plating. I got a plating! It's not really one that I want, but it's a plating, nonetheless. It is damage once, yeah. I could get rid of one of those adaptive platings. But it's not going to stop me from being able to destroy or to deal multiple instances of damage. My base power is projectile, so if I use projectile as a power or as a one-shot, then I can't use my base power anyway. Do I want to reveal the flaws? It would get past the -1, it would essentially act as a +1. Yeah, we'll reveal the flaws. And segmentation fault. We can destroy ongoings! Yay! Alright, we have to slow down Omnitron before he does something bad. If he plays a component that's not Interpolation Beam, we can almost certainly get it destroyed in time. So I'm going to suggest, in particular, I'm actually fine if he plays Disintegration Ray and targets absolute 0 because I can change it to cold. But, and he doesn't pull things from the trash in this version, so I don't need to like worry about that. I don't want a drone, because if he flips for whatever reason, I don't want there to be drones. So I think I'm going to put the electromagnetic railgun on the bottom. Is it you, or is the music faster than usual? It does not sound faster to me, if that means anything. Sheriff Pratt. I am happy with Sheriff Pratt. Oh my gosh, you played Disintegration Ray. And you played the repair drone. Alright. We're staying alive. Everything's fine. Focused apertures. We're going to continue the setup game for as long as that lasts. I will hit the repair drone. I will heal Absolute Zero. And then the question is, do I hit Omnitron, or do I hit myself and throw it out to Omnitron? Could I hit, like, Omnitron-X? Except he doesn't have reactive plating, and he's not reducing cold anyway. But that would be interesting. Because he's dealt 3. He will deal himself 4 fire. That would turn into 6 cold, which would do double the damage. And he's at 19, so we should almost certainly do that. I could also hit Sheriff Pratt, turn that into 6 damage, which would be 8 damage to yourself, or 7 damage to yourself, which turns into 9 cold. Yeah, Sheriff Pratt is okay. So we actually are living, and it's not too scary just yet. But we do have to make sure we survive. I'm gonna... I want to do something. I can't hit you multiple times with melee, though. I'm gonna Thok, and then I could take out the repair drone. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that one. I forgot Thok was 3 damage. I'm going to Thok Omnitron. Actually, I could Thok Omnitron. I could use base power on Omnitron. Yeah, that's 1 more damage. I lose the healing, but I do 1 more damage. Yeah, we'll do that. Priority is taking out Omnitron. It's not to make this game last as long as possible. It's to take out Omnitron. All right. Heals. And now Legacy's super white for some reason. And obviously this. Yeah, and I could use this one of these damages to hit the drone, so I don't need to hit the drone with Legacy. Like, I do want to take the drone out so that Sheriff Pratt goes after Omnitron. But now I will reset. I always play these one at a time. And now I have 1 of each type of component, but I don't want to have 2 lightnings in a row, so we'll do the focused plasma cannon. And again, rocket punch isn't going to be too exciting, but I am irreducible now, so it is 4 damage. But it is also projectile damage, which means that Parse isn't going to be able to go off, although she would probably be using segmentation fault anyway. Or data mining, I guess, would be basically the same. Without the discard plus the power. So I'm gonna just keep focusing on Omnitron, and we get a rocket punch, which ordinarily it wouldn't matter if I put more than 1 in play, but if Omnitron 2 plays a technological singularity, it's really bad. So I'm gonna trash it. And there's a Blade of Coding, which is a bit better for Silver Gulch. And it also stops the drones from hitting Omnitron-X. Yeah, I'm gonna data mine. So we can start getting Omnitron down to we'll get Omnitron more able to be hit. Also, I guess it was going to be 5 damage because I'm dumb. Is it 4 to 5 damage? Oh, it would have been 4 damage from Omnitron, I think. I don't know. I can't math. Alright, I cannot control Omnitron. So I have to hope that he doesn't do something awful. Cerebral Hemorrhage and Mind Spike are going to stop me from using my base power. Visionary's card art looks demented. Like, over here it looks fine, but over here, like, her eyes look super demented. At least on my end. I don't know how it looks on yours. Yeah, Foresight will boost it. That's for sure, so I'm willing to do that. Because it's basically, this is now a Mind Spike. Alright, we're almost halfway there, at least. But I have no say on what he plays. Sustain the portal. This choice, discard a card, discard. No, there's no reason to do that. The nice thing is it hits Omnitron. I keep saying Omnitron as if like Omnitron 2 and Omnitron-X are the same thing, which they sort of are, but I gotta make sure I distinguish which Omnitron I'm speaking about. So now Cosmic Omnitron's at 54. Repair Drone is fine. Automaton Drone is scary, but it's fine. Like 11 damage. Which is next gonna go on Visionary, which is fine. Alright. I'm gonna Cryo Chamber because I'm almost certainly just gonna heal this round. With Absolute Zero. We will certainly, yeah, because I'm not going to hit Omnitron, so I'll just hit Omnitron with this. And that Automaton Drone is super scary now. We have to hit him. He's at 10 HP. Oh my gosh, you're like a target that has HP. All right. Lead from the front could perhaps stop someone from being killed at some point in this game. In case, like, Sedative Flechettes comes out. We could keep the components in play. So, we'll do that. We'll... Yeah, I'm just going to keep focusing on Omnitron. Take out the main target. Don't worry about the others. I mean, the Repair Drone is going to heal Omnitron, which is basically negative damage. But whatever. Alright. Heal everyone except Absolute Zero. And I don't really want Omnitron to be too high. Sorry, I don't want Omnitron-X to be too high. Because things that target the highest HP hero target is going to hit Omnitron-X. So I'm going to just keep targeting people who are not Omnitron-X. Hit Omnitron 2 with this. And then hit the Repair Drone. Hit the Automaton Drone. Hit Omnitron 2. And yeah, there is no Psychic, Infernal, Radiant, or Sonic damage in this game, so I'm going to Ablative Coating. And now Parse is going to play and use Segmentation Fault, so I could just use the Rocket Punch power. And actually, this will hit more than one thing, because it's not target the same thing twice. So I could use this to hit the Repair Drone or the Automaton Drone, and we'll hit the Automaton Drone to reduce its damage. Technological advancement is good. Alright. We're still alive, and he's down to 44, which is good. Destroy that. And now I'm inclined to think I should rest the Explosives Wagon mind, because if he plays Terraforming, he destroys the Explosives Wagon, and he's going to play a bunch of cards. The Explosives Wagon is going to do 2 and 2 damage repeatedly, which is alternating, which means it will actually... Or no, we don't have to worry about things, actually. Because we got rid of the adaptive plating subroutines. They're gone. I can hit them several times in the same turn. So I still can't control his deck, though. But if he destroys the Explosives Wagon, we can control the Explosives Wagon effect. And we can make sure it targets, like we would basically be sacrificing Visionary for this. We could stop it from hitting Omnitron-X. We could stop it from hitting Legacy. We could stop it from hitting Parse. It could hit Absolute Zero. Absolute Zero is fine with that. Yeah, we're going to do that, just in case. If he doesn't do something bad on his turn, we might be fine. Maybe. Oh good, the repair drone's gone. Basically, Sheriff Pratt did damage to Omnitron too that way. Which basically works. Oh boy. Alright, what are you doing? Sedative Flechettes. So this is why we put out lead from the front, which we didn't actually... No, we did do. Okay. We can save Omnitron. We can save Omnitron-X. We lose ongoing cards, which means Thermal Shockwave's gone. Legacy's things are gone anyway. None of Omnitron-X's are. Parse's segmentation fault is gone. Everything Visionary has is gone. Absolute Zero, however, can heal. Or he could deal damage to Omnitron. Oh, man. Alright, what am I going to do here? Oh, man. I'm going to heal in case he plays a second Sedative Flechettes. And you're at max HP. Omnitron is going to survive this. Even if I select this to be melee and reduce, it's doing 10, which is going to destroy all of your components, which are more important. So Legacy takes one for the team. And then, yeah, Parse is dead. Visionary survives. And then we lose the Twisted Ether. We lose the Rest of Mind. So if he destroys the Explosives Wagon, I can't do anything about it. Actually, if he destroys it, it's fine because Absolute Zero will survive. He plays the Assault Drone. And everyone targets Absolute Zero, who's okay. Alright. So now I have to be careful about what happens because I don't have the Thermal Shockwave anymore, but I could use my power to get it back in play. So Legacy can let a hero use the power, draw a card, or increase damage dealt by heroes by 1. And Parse, hero can draw a card, shuffle their trash into their deck, reveal the top card of the villain deck, and then replace it. So Parse isn't really too exciting, although we can foresee the villain turn. So almost certainly I'm going to do Frostbound Drain. I'm going to focus on Omnitron 4. And I'm just going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at Omnitron 2. Did I say Omnitron 4? I meant Omnitron 2. I don't even know who I'm thinking of anymore. But I think the play is Thermal Shockwave. Because then I could have Legacy let Absolute Zero use Thermal Shockwave and hit Omnitron 2 the assault drone, the automaton drone. He'll hit himself, and then he'll hit Omnitron 2. And then Omnitron-X, with all of his damages and the rocket punch, might do this for us. Or I could put Coolant Blast out, because that's going to do 5 damage. Nope, that's not going to do damage, because my end of turn is going to happen. Yeah, it's Thermal Shockwave. I could increase damage dealt by heroes. I don't know if that's going to do more, though. Because, I mean, we do have Gaussian Coil Blaster, we have Focused Plasma Cannon, and then we have his play, which is not going to do anything, and then Rocket Punch is going to do 2 instances of damage. Parse doesn't help, and then Visionary could, like, Mind Spike and base power. Which is a total of how many instances of damage? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 there. And if needed, I could take out the Explosives Wagon with something. Cerebral Hemorrhage would take out the Explosives Wagon, and we could do extra damage to Omnitron that way. And it could hit Absolute Zero. Alright. But the question is, would Absolute Zero do more damage? And I feel like he would. So let's just target Absolute Zero with this. Because he's doing 2 a pop, so we might not even need to heal with this. We'd probably prefer to do more cold damage. So he did 9 damage on his turn. I feel like there were not 9 damage instances on the other turns, so it seems that the +1 would not have been as useful as the power there. And definitely take out the drone. Well, I'm not taking out the drones. Explosives Wagon would take out the drones. However, this is not base Omnitron. Base Omnitron does require all devices to be destroyed before you can win the game. But this is not base Omnitron. Omnitron 2, you do not need to destroy devices in order to win the game. Alright, I don't think that putting any other card out is going to help, because the game is going to end before we get to that point. So I'm just going to not play a card because it's not going to matter, and then we'll Rocket Punch, because that's going to do a total of 5 damage. He's down to 7. So we should have this. We should have this. Draw a card, shuffle a trash. Alright, let's see what Omnitron was going to play next. He was going to play Technological Singularity. So it's good that I didn't put an extra equipment card out. Not that it will matter. Alright, Cerebral Hemorrhage. And then that's 2 damage. And then I take out the Explosives Wagon. So I will just take out all the drones first. Because, reasons. And then we will hit Omnitron. And then we'll hit Absolute Zero, who can output cold damage! Yay! I did it! I beat Cosmic Omnitron on Ultimates! Oh my gosh! I was like on the edge of my seat this entire time. I'm like, I think this might work, but I'm really nervous. I have never defeated Ultimate Cosmotron. That is a fight that I've been scared about. I know it was a weekly one-shot one week, but I've not done weekly one-shots for at least a year. It was not a random team. This was my pre-selected game, and I chose these heroes intentionally. I chose Absolute Zero. Share the image? Sure. Save the Steam library. I'm just gonna let this music play for the finale, and then I could also do something else for this. I did choose this team intentionally. I chose Freedom 5 Absolute Zero because I chose it with the intention of coupling him with Visionary, because with Twist the Ether on Omnitron, like if he does super amounts of damage, Absolute Zero could absorb it. Also, I led with Absolute Zero in case he had a field freeze, which he did not, which would allow me to get rid of the card drawing components. Omnitron-X was selected so that there can be a component in play to stop Cosmotron from flipping, because otherwise he would be doing too much damage consistently. Parse was chosen because she can provide an immense amount of deck control, which unfortunately she did not provide in this match, but she did provide irreducible damage in the round that mattered, or I guess it didn't really matter. She did provide the ongoing destruction that was useful. I chose Young Legacy because she has a consistent damage dealing power that can help get rid of the initial components and could also give a lot of support, and with Lead from the Front and Next Evolution and Twist the Ether, we could also stop Omnitron's damage, which that didn't happen either. We also didn't get Inspiring Presence, which would have also been nice, but we did start the game off with the Explosives Wagon, so it was sort of the same thing. But yeah, this team was sort of selected, and I chose Silver Gulch for no real particular reason other than I like it. I was actually looking over the environments. That was my last selection that I was figuring out was the environment, and Silver Gulch is one of my favorite environments. I was also debating Pike Industrial Complex because it can provide a bunch of +1s or -1s randomly, and I really love the healing vat because it lowers damage and provides healing, which generally supports the heroes more, but its variableness is annoying. There are 2 Twist Ethers, yes. So the first Twist Ether would go on Omnitron. The second Twist Ether, if I were to draw it, would have gone on Absolute Zero. And then we could do a bunch of Absolute Zero shenanigans. Absolute Zero with Twist the Ether is amazing. I was also hoping for Omnitron-X's thingy, the one that deals 1 damage to each non-hero target based on the platings that are in play. I was hoping for that. We obviously didn't see it, but if we had it with the Explosives Wagon and Inspiring Presence, like, and if we had also made damage irreducible, or we had a +1 on Omnitron, yada yada yada, like that would have done ridiculous damage, even with the adaptive plating subroutines. That is one of my favorite Omnitron-X cards because it's almost, its existence is basically because of the adaptive plating subroutine, which is why I love it. The reactive plating subroutine, where Omnitron-X deals damage based on the damage type he's dealt if it's currently being reduced, is like the actual counter to Omnitron's adaptive plating subroutine, but I also think that the deal damage based on current platings effect is also a counter to the adaptive plating subroutine, which I love. Alright, so I think that's it for tonight. It is 8:20. We had 3 victories, and even though this was a duplicate of the first match, it was a much more exciting game. No, not 3 victories. I lied. We lost against Plague Rat. It was a close match. That's why I got confused. We had an easy Vengeance game. We had a close Plague Rat game. We had a terrible Omnitron game, and then a great Omnitron game. And technically, this does wrap up the summer of Ultimates because it is no longer summer, but I am going to continue for the next couple months, weeks, hopefully, please. And I need to make sure I'm selecting the right thing, which I'm not currently. Because we do still have 9 villains left. We have to face Baron Blade, Choke Point, Heroic Infender, La Capitan, Plague Rat Progeny, Chairman Ennead, and Trickster Kismet. And now that Cosmotron is gone, the rest of those should fall. This was like probably the hardest Ultimate match to face. But we will try to wrap this up in the coming weeks. And of course, the viewer's choice game is no longer going to feature the question classic or team, because team is done. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you enjoyed what you watched, if it was because it's Dolphin's Dive, I stream every Friday at 6 p.m. I go for at least 2 hours. I went 2 hours 22 minutes today, slightly longer because I'm going to be blabbing for a bit. But if you liked what you saw, be sure to come every Friday. I love the chat interaction. I love the viewer's choice games even when they're specifically set up to be terrible. I love them when they're specifically set up to be awesome, like this week seemed to be. But it's nice to have some sort of interaction with you guys. And yeah, and if you just like Sentinels of the Multiverse and you just found this channel, be sure to give Handelabra Games a follow, because we do a lot of weekly streams. On Tuesdays, we have Sentinels Live with Jeremy and John, who are two of the not lead developers, they are the two leads of Handelabra, who is responsible for producing the digital version of Sentinels of the Multiverse, as well as Bottom of the Ninth and One Deck Dungeon, and soon Aeon's End and what's the other one? Aeon's End is the first priority, and then something else that I forgot, but they're working on that next. Someone's gonna tell me in like 2 seconds, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that. I'm basically just waiting. Oh, thank you, Consulting Designer, for the Twitch Prime subscription, because supporting this channel is amazing, because you not just support Handelabra Games, you also support me, because we share in the profits. Anyway, but that's besides the point. Yeah, there are those 3 games plus the Aeon's End, and then I think it's Spirit Island. Now that I think about it, Spirit Island is their 5th project. Haha, I got it right. So Jeremy and John, two of the leads of Handelabra, they do Sentinels Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and they usually show off content before it's publicly available, so you should definitely check them out if you are looking to see what's coming up in the Sentinels digital game. For instance, one of the current new features, well, they've been showing off the Void Guard for the past couple of weeks, several weeks actually, and they've also been showing off this new feature about repeated decision making that's been the most requested feature. I don't know if that's true. It's one of the most requested features to try to streamline the decision-making process, and it is an exciting feature, and you can see how it works through their streams. Every Friday is Dolphin's Dive with me, who is Lewd Dolphin, who does Dolphin's Dive every Friday at 6 p.m. and we do strategic streams where we discuss plays and combos and, you know, team composition choices and favorite environments, favorite heroes, and, you know, just a bunch of things that hopefully give you some insight as to how to play the game. And, you know, you also get to see how it works out when I have a terrible hero team, such as with Viewer Choice, or an amazing team, or as was today. Usually every Sunday at 7 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with Zach / Another Letdown, who does storytelling Sentinels. This week I believe it's moved to Saturday at 7 p.m, so it's tomorrow night that you should check it out. So if you're usually watching it on Sunday, make sure you come in tomorrow to watch it. And now, Monday, one of the newer streams is On Deck with Pirate Savvy and Dover, who are playing Sentinels of the Multiverse as they learn and stumble their way through the game. And it's a brother-sister dynamic that is really fun to watch and hear. And it's just, their streams are, like, amazing. You should check them out. Like, if you haven't checked them out, I don't know why you haven't. You really should have checked them out at some point. Spirits Island is a darn fun board game. Really would look forward to it in digital. I've not played Spirit Island. Honestly, I've not really played any of the other Handelabra games, so I'm not able to really talk about them as much. But the one that I especially want to get into and learn is One Deck Dungeon. It looks fun. It's amazing. I love the how it's all female oriented, because certainly there's a bunch of male bias in today's world, which is stupid. It seems like it's a very strategically oriented game, although most tabletop games are strategically oriented, but it's one that I've been meaning to get into and learn, and someday I will learn it, and maybe even someday far in the future we'll have strategic oriented One Deck Dungeons streams. And the last thing I am going to point out is, if you like me as a person, consider giving my own Twitch channel a follow at Lewd Dolphin, twitch.tv/Lewd Dolphin. I don't normally do Sentinel streams on my channel, but if I get enough followers, I will certainly consider adding it to my repertoire there. As you can tell by the fact that my name is Lewd Dolphin, it probably stands to reason that my own channel is probably more mature themed and, you know, sexually oriented, I guess. Not necessarily sexually in terms of explicitness, but just like frank discussions about whatnot. I am very censored here, if you can believe that. But I don't want to say censored as if it's censorship. I'm actually like self-censoring because this is a family-friendly stream. But anyway, if you want to come to my channel, we can have some frank discussions about stuff. Like Frank Underwood is a frank discussion. He's also a, well, I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, all right. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be sure to see you next week for more Dolphins Dive action as we start the fall of remaining Ultimates, I guess, is the temporary title. All right, good night. That is not the one I want.